Your trust issues will make him break your trust. What you fear, you attract. That's exactly what's happening when you don't trust your partner. The more you believe people will always leave, the more you believe this, the more you will prove to yourself that this will be happening, that this is true. It's not magic, it's psychology. It's the self-fulfilling prophecy in action. And I will prove this to you in today's episode, how powerful our thoughts and beliefs are. You're basically manifesting everything whether you want to or you're not. I used to have major trust issues like years ago, not anymore, but it really, screwed up lots of relationships and my self-esteem especially, and added anxiety where there was no reason to. And actually, because I didn't trust myself in the end, I didn't trust myself enough to handle the good and the bad in relationships. And I thought, if someone would leave me or they would be unfaithful or if they would, hurt me in some ways, that I couldn't handle this. I didn't trust my partner at that time to have female friendships and conversations. I was very jealous and very the annoying girlfriend, basically. And it never felt good enough. And my core wound of never feeling good enough, really I projected onto my partner and relationships, and the insecurity really was shining out in a bad way. Shining out, I don't think you say that, but hey. So if you don't heal your trust wound, your insecurities, you will accidentally create the exact behavior you're scared of, even with a good partner. Lots of clients who have an anxious attachment style I coach on are actually with a very good partner, even if they're a little bit avoidant, but deep down they know they're good, they know they're loved, but because they feel so insecure, they don't trust themselves, then they feel it, their actions really just create more distrust, and eventually their partner distances themselves, and it reinforces the wound of, hey, you know what, see, I knew I could never trust you. But I will give you more example in today's episode. By the way, this is not about blaming you, not at all. It's about setting you free. I wish I would have known this years ago, and I want you to know this as well. When you see the pattern, you can only then finally change it. Awareness is step 0, basically. So by the way, if you're new here, I'm Yula. I'm an anxious attachment style coach. I created an earn secure attachment style around 4 or 5 years ago, and it created a ripple effect in my romantic relationship with my avoidant partner, in my career now, with the way I approach situations, opportunities, and change my anxiety levels, my mental health, physical health, and everything else. So anyway, today's about trust. Let's go in right away. So let's start with a dating example, okay? How it could show up during the talking stage. So let's say you have the belief, I can't trust them, I can't trust men. Your brain thinks it's protecting you. That's why you have this belief. And ironically, it blocks the secure and loyal man who could actually be good for you. If you go with this belief into the dating scene, you're attracting the wrong kind of man, and you're repelling the secure man who is loving, who is good for you, who would never break your heart, who would really do the best he can to reassure you, be there for you, and who wouldn't break your heart in that way. So if you have the belief, I can't trust men, how do you feel? Probably suspicious, a little bit jealous, on edge, insecure, and you want to feel excited about dating, but your nervous system is scanning for betrayal, like it's a full-time job already before you're even a thing, before you're even together, before you even have said, how do you say that? Before you even said, you're only dating each other. So how do you then behave? Because your thoughts create your emotions, and now your emotions create your actions. Maybe you're asking innocent questions that are actually trust quizzes, like, do you still talk to your ex? Interesting. Would you ever leave your phone face down, posting selfies after dates to check if he watches your story, if he likes your stories, if he engages to them right away? How long does he actually take to reply to you? Does he already message you right away after the date? Or is he having the balls to wait 1 day or 2? giving TED Talk level transparency requests by date 2. Like, I need full honesty, full level of transparency, like phones, tracking locations, everything, letting him know exactly that is what you want, this is what is normal, everything else would be crazy. If he tilts his phone just by like 2-3 degrees, your stomach drops because your nervous system linked this with a previous experience where maybe just a friend told you about a story where, okay, her partner, was kind of hiding his phone a little bit, and eventually turned out that he was cheating on her all along. So now you reinforce your story that you can't trust people, you can't trust men, people will always leave, people will always disappoint you, especially men. And now you're seeing this as proof. See, he's already a bad one. See, that's why you need to snoop. That's why you need to have every single information. That's why you need to ask questions. That's why it's completely normal that if he has a shower, that you're quickly looking into his phone to see who has he been messaging. Are these actually girls? And how many followers has he? How many of them are female? And so on. You making up creating relationship contracts like no female best friends. Sorry, no female friends at all, of course. Replying within 30 minutes max. We spend every weekend together. Never prioritize any friends or family members over me. If I ask for something, you drop everything for me. Don't stay later at work than usual, because that could mean, inconsistencies could mean you're bad. You don't actually like me. There's something wrong. And of course, he should know exactly also what you're thinking, like what you want for your birthday, because if you would tell him what you would actually want, that means he wouldn't really care about you. That means he wouldn't actually know you truly. So these are just a few examples. And the results would be for a secure partner, a secure guy you're dating, like he would feel the tension, the anxiety, the insecurity from your emotions, from your body language, from your behavior, from your actions. And immediately when they see a lot of these trust tests or overguessing, when they see the intensity and the questions and what you're expecting, they're like, okay, this sounds interesting, but that's actually not what I'm looking for. See, he might stop engaging because it might feel a little bit controlling. And a secure guy even would feel a little bit trapped if you would want to plan out every single detail about the weekend or about how to text. And when you panic or feel insecure, or when you double or triple text because he hasn't texted yet, because maybe he was really busy at work. So they feel that. They feel the intensity. They feel, what kind of partner you're looking for. They feel the amount of anxiety through your actions and through your words, and that will repel already a secure person. That will then reinforce your original belief. Hey, you know what? See, there are no secure guys out there. Can't trust men. And how would this look like for the results for avoidant guys? So how this will impact your results on slight avoidant guys. So they might stay physically present, but emotionally they will stay checked out, or they will be more checked out over time. Maybe they text just enough to you, but keep their feelings a little bit more hidden. So then you chase even more, right? It's like, hey, notice you haven't texted much. So you try to win them over, or think, okay, maybe it's because they're really busy right now, so make excuses for them. So you chase them harder to earn their love. So maybe they smile at you in the beginning, it's fine, but later on they feel really distant, because at the beginning maybe that is something they feel attracted to the intensity, because that's also familiar for them from their childhood. They know this kind of intensity, but later on they get more distant. And then again, this will have proven to yourself, see, I knew I can't trust men. They will always leave, or they will always ghost me. Your behaviors, over-checking, over-questioning, or trying to control the outcome pushes even good men away, secure men. And now let me give you an example based on long-term committed relationships, how this can also play out here, how your self-fulfilling prophecy, how your belief can create your own results and reinforce your original belief and can make it happen even more. So again, if you have the same belief, I can't trust him, you might feel jealous and restless, and you're secretly embracing for pain all the time. You're always worrying about he is going to do something to break my heart. He will leave eventually because I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of love. Thinking secretly, why is he taking longer to reply? He seems very distant today. Is he losing interest? Are we okay? He really needs some time alone. Like, he had already so much alone time recently. Is he tired of me? Why is he laughing on his phone so much? Like, who is he messaging? Like, who is he following? And as soon as someone calls, you're like maybe a little bit jumpy, or if he stays longer at work, you're already adding meaning into this. Like, you know what? Is he actually at work, or who is he with? Is he talking to any female friends? And everything is a signal of this is to do with I can't trust him because of, there's a girl in his life, or he's losing interest in me, or there's something wrong in our relationship and I'm going to lose him. So then how your emotions then impact your behavior is you replay conversations to analyze his tone maybe. You check his social media or even his Spotify list. You ask repeatedly, do you still love me? Are we okay? Are you good? How are you feeling? What's going on? You maybe even go cold and quiet and detach yourself from a way of that's not healthy, from a way of I don't have anyone, I'm all by myself, even though there's nothing going on. So you completely proving yourself that, I can't trust him, and you are creating right now the distrust. You are like spying on him. You're playing detective. You're rehearsing the worst case scenario all over again in your head of, looping the fears of he will leave me, he will leave me, he will leave me. I'm going to be going through a divorce or a breakup or heartbreak, and I can't be by myself, and I'm going to be alone, and my men are such idiots, and my partner, and I can't trust my partner. And you're doing the vibe check all the time. You're like a temperature checking, like, hey, are we good? Are we hot? Are we cold? How is he doing? Is he stressed? Is it about me? Is it about us? It feels exhausting. You bring up old receipts. We haven't really spent quality time since, 3 weeks, or, we haven't really said I love you much anymore. And you never do this anymore for me. And, my friend Sarah always gets flowers like every week from her partner still, even though they're already married for 7 years. Why do you never even remember to bring this from the store anymore? And you bring up everything now. You criticize him so much that, of course, he's no longer interested even in being around you because there's no quality time. If every time you're together, you're just bringing up all of the things why he's a bad partner, why he's a bad lover, a bad friend, a bad roommate, because now you're not even sharing like, hey babe, do you want to go out with me tonight? You're only like criticizing him because you feel so anxious and you're so in a fight or flight state of survival of, your worst fear going to happen very soon. You may be even checking online for like, are there any flats around available? Because if I have to move out, I better be prepared for it. Maybe I should already play with the ideas of checking out other guys because I can't be single. So I better have a backup option in my pocket just in case. And you're preparing all of the plan B's and C's just in case he's going to drop you. And the result is, if that would be actually a secure partner you would have been with, he will first bend over backwards to reassure you, but not for years, maybe not even for months, if you would be like that bad shit, anxious and really in a hyper state of survival. They would do everything to reassure you that there's nothing going on. They're secure, that they're serious about you, that they mean what they said, that they are with you for a reason. And they would maybe even prove it to you by, not changing the password, by, having the phone unlocked and all of these things. But over time, if nothing is changing for you, if you still need reassurance, still need validation, and you're not changing your approach, you're not getting help, you're not filling your cup, you're not working on your anxiety levels, you're still only focusing on what he's doing and your mood depending so much on your partner, slowly over time, a secure partner will withdraw and will leave you. If you're constantly checking social media or replaying conversations, making them feel like they have to now walk on eggshells around you, can't even share any information. Maybe he had to stay longer at work, or it's a new female colleague, and he then thinks, okay, if I just share this with my partner, you're going to ask all of the questions, or you're going to go crazy. Or let's say your partner started smoking again, My partner at the beginning hid that he started smoking again, just didn't mention it because of my reaction. I used to be very critical. I hated that he smoked because I have asthma, but that wasn't the core issue. The core issue was I was actually concerned for his health. So because of my anxiety, I try to control what he's doing. But in fact, I'm not perfect either with my health. So who am I to then tell him how to live his life and how to manage his anxiety and his stress levels? I can only make a wish and say, no, I really wish you wouldn't be smoking because I care about your health. But that is so much better than me being really attacking him when he smokes and me always rolling my eyes when he does that. So now I completely changed my behavior from you know what, sharing it once or twice. I really wish he wouldn't do that and I really care about him, and making a suggestion of if he wants to stop smoking, I can support him in any kind of way. And because I dropped this over time, now he doesn't smoke anymore because there was no pressure, because he actually wanted to. But I'm getting off topic. So for a secure partner, if you're asking repeatedly if he still loves you, or bringing up old ways when he used to reassure you and now not anymore, it drains the relationship. It's not a great, secure, and fulfilling place to be. You want to come home to a partner who cheers you on, who trusts you, where you both, can share insecurities, problems with, and not where you walk in and you feel like my partner is going to grill you and you really can't be yourself around. And if you're doing this around an avoidant partner, let's say your partner is an avoidant man, and they will go quiet. They will just emotionally detach. They're not even going to have many conversations with you, and you're wondering what's going on. You then think, hey, my partner has a problem. And that is the thing why so many people online hate avoidance, because yes, they're not great at communication. They're not going to easily just check out and leave you. Maybe at the beginning might ghost you if they're very avoidant and very toxic. They just ghost you. They just check out completely. They just distance themselves and disappear for a few days, weeks, for days or weeks. My partner never did this. But there are some people like this out there, but it's also a reflection on you. The more anxious, insecure, toxic you are, the more you attract this kind of people. So maybe, at the beginning, they go a little bit more quieter, they check out a little bit more, they're a little bit more distant, they're pulling away a little bit more and more, right? The more you're trying to take their space, the more you want to be around him 24/7, the more you're asking questions, the more you're interrogating him, the more you always stay physically close to him. If he wants to spend a few hours on his phone or on his PlayStation or goes after his own hobbies and you always want to be around, let's say he goes to the football every Sunday and you always want to come with as well. I think it's great to have shared hobbies, but you don't always have to do everything together. Give it room to breathe, especially if it comes from a place of insecurity. And it confirms in the end, their belief as well that I need relationships are a trap. I can't breathe. I need space. While you're reinforcing your original wound that people will always leave. Men can't be trusted, something like this. He will then either leave, he will emotionally detach, so much or physically detach, and maybe then even cheat on you because you created actually the distrust in relationships so much that he pulled away further and further and further. So he either leaves, or he maybe cheats on you, or he's just so chucked out and so detached from a way that there's no possible way that you are even in a relationship together anymore. And then you're just thinking I'm the only one trying, my partner's not even trying at all. And it also reinforces the original wound. I can't trust people. There you go. So I hope this visualizes the idea of your belief will always come true in the end. So again, as a short overview, if you have a belief in a core wound, this will create your emotions like anxiety, like suspicion, like jealousy. And your emotions then create your behavior, like you are snooping around, you're interrogating him, you're overthinking, you're waiting at the door, or you're sniffing his perfume or his, aftershave to see if he smells differently. You're being very snappy at him or resentful. And then this will create the results in your relationship, like you create distrust to your partner and you are arguing and he's pulling away. And this then has proven your original belief to be true. I can't trust anyone. They will always leave. There we go. So let's talk about quickly why this is happening. It's not bad luck. It's not that you're just too much or not good enough. Your brain is doing what it's meant to do. It's protecting you from repeating what feels familiar in your past. Your brain filters like reality to match what you already believe is actually true. So if you already believe like people will always leave, you will always find people who will eventually leave or who are not going to be there physically or emotionally. If you have been raised with inconsistent caregiving and parents, you will then later attach to the same person who treats you like this because you're also inconsistent to yourself. So if you believe like I can't trust men, your system scans for proof like delayed text, tone changes, unanswered messages, tiny shifts in mood. Even good intention gets filtered through anxiety. And your nervous system tells you, stay alert, watch out, this is dangerous, don't get hurt again. And the truth is, your brain isn't trying to ruin your relationships, but it's also not trying to get you into a healthy scenario either here. It's actually protecting you and trying to get you into what's familiar, not what's safe. So love felt very risky. So your brain defaulted to control, overthinking, and being one step ahead all the time, by being the detective, by being the hypervigilant one, to, stay protected back then because that's familiar. So now it repeats the same thing what you've always been doing all along when you were 3 years old, 4 years old, 10 years old. But that protection now becomes self-sabotage. So what can you do to shift this whole pattern? First of all, you can work with me. You can, get WhatsApp messaging. I do one-on-one coaching. I also do, of course, directly one-on-one coaching via video calls. So check out my offers link below. Hop on a free call with me or email me if you want to hear more about this. Again, I used to have an anxious attachment style. Now I've created an earned secure attachment style, and you don't have to go through this alone. You can do it totally alone. There's so many free resources online. However, it's much faster if you have someone where you can actually follow a step-by-step guide, basically. However, let me tell you a first few steps you can do. So the real solution isn't finding a man you finally trust, because most people say, oh, just leave your avoidant partner, just leave them. But as I just showed you, like if you have the same belief still, you will still repel secure people. You don't even see them, and your behavior is still the same because you can't easily change your behavior, right? I'm sure like you've tried so many times to just not text him, to not seek reassurance, but the subconscious mind is stronger. So the shift happens when you rebuild trust in yourself first. When you trust you stop needing constant reassurance. You stop chasing clarity to calm anxiety, and you stop trying to prevent pain before it even happens. Your energy changes. You feel different, and people respond also so differently to you when you trust yourself. Safety becomes a natural vibe and not anxiety, not insecurity. So let me give you very short action steps to rewiring your trust as well. First is noticing your belief. Again, it starts with your belief. That's how the chain starts and how the ripple effect changes everything. So notice your belief. Like the old belief could be, I can't trust people, like in this example. Second is choose a new belief, like I can trust the right people. Then the third one is repeat it with emotion. Journaling, mirror work, voice notes, or a 60-second daily ritual. And the fourth one is, that's important, bridge thoughts. If this original thought, like I can trust the right people, if you don't feel it, not even like 20% yet, you want to downgrade it to like a bridge thought that is bridging the gap from the old anxious thought of I can't trust people, to later thinking of like, I can trust the right people, to what is a belief that is a little bit more in between. Maybe like I'm open to believing I can trust people. I'm willing to believe people are trustworthy. Or every day I'm seeing that I can trust the right people. Add the phrases I'm open to, or maybe, or it's possible before your ideal sentence, your secure sentence, your affirmation. So when you do this, you stop needing constant reassurance. You don't panic over space or late replies. When you do this repeatedly for at least 21 days and then a little bit longer, you become grounded and warm and easy to be loved. You create connection instead of disconnection. You attract also emotional, able people, not just in dating, also in friendships, because I'm sure lots of people you've attracted were also avoidant in friendships or even colleagues-wise. So secure energy feels like home for you, and your life beyond love also expands. So your confidence stops depending on just moods, and you react less to really small stressors, and your sleep gets deeper, and your body doesn't just brace for abandonment all the time when he's stressed or through so many micro triggers, and you're able to speak up more in meetings or when your partner does something and you actually don't really agree with him. You stop over explaining yourself all the time. You don't have to be the first one to reply to a text all the time. You feel worthy without performing, without overgiving. You stop apologizing for your needs. You stop being the perfect housewife and the perfect of everything, and you can just be and step into your most authentic version of yourself. And that's when really life unfolds and you start living your main character energy. So secure love starts when you decide to rewrite your story. And again, if you want to do this with me, I offer different levels of support because not everyone needs the same depth right away. So think of it like trying on what level of transformation your heart is ready to do. Like, for example, again, as monthly coaching, which is very flexible, you can cancel any month, like a gentle entry to break your old anxious loops with support month to month. You can choose WhatsApp support or like one-on-one video call. This is perfect if you just want to test the waters, very gentle, or I have a 4 or 8 month deep transformation container. This is a bigger financial and time investment. This is for you if you're done doing the hard work. We follow my step-by-step process through the transformation that helped me go from anxious to secure. You get continuous support, integration, and accountability so you don't fall back into your old patterns again. And a little honesty. This is not for everyone. You need to be coachable, willing to show up and apply the tools in real life. So this is no more staying in your head, no more just coming to the coaching calls, but you want to apply the action steps between the coaching calls. This is where 80% happens. This is where really the magic happens. So if you're not able to take actions on this, even if it's just like 5 minutes every day or 10 minutes, then please don't reach out to me, okay? This is not for abusive relationships in any kind of way. And it's also not for you if you're really struggling with mental health struggles. So most of the work happens again in daily, every tiny moments when you're journaling or catching a thought and applying those steps I'll teach you in my coaching programs. If you know exactly, I am so done with me being insecure, anxious, triggered, snapping at my partner, at the people around me. I don't want to pass this on to my kids. I don't want to waste years making the same mistakes, attaching to the wrong people, and then maybe missing out on creating family, raising kids because I'm still with the wrong partner. Then reach out to me. Do this now before it's too late. Your calm, grounded, secure life is closer than you think. You just have to make a decision. Something my clients always say, I wish I would have found your work like years ago, literally, because you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So thank you so much for being here with me today. Remember, change in your relationship starts with you. Thought by thought, action by action, and episode by episode. Lots of love. You